Hey guys, Sal here, and back to some more Trails of Cold Steel. Last episode was really crazy. Let's head into Chapter 6. September 15th, Wednesday.
Half a month after the incident at Corellia Fortress, a sense of lingering unease still hung over the Empire. The government increased patrols by the Railway Military Police as part of their counter-terrorism measures, while the Noble faction bolstered their provincial armies. There were even rumors that they'd hired several Jaeger Corps. At the center of everything was the Imperial Liberation Front. They had allied with a terrorist group from the Republic of Calvard to attack the trade conference in Crossbell, and as we'd seen firsthand, had attacked Corellia Fortress in an attempt to fire the 2 railway guns stationed there. They'd made it abundantly clear that they were no mere insurgents. These were dangerous people we were dealing with. And following their attempts to target Chancellor Osborne and the Reformist faction, rumors started to spread of a possible connection between the Imperial Liberation Front and the Noble faction itself. Meanwhile, new information was filtering in from Crossbell that surprised us all. During the conference, one of the representatives of Crossbell's state government made the daring declaration that Crossbell would soon declare its independence, breaking free from its neighbors Calvard and Erebonia. To no one's surprise, both the Imperial government and the Noble faction dismissed it as nothing more than delusional raving. But one thing was clear: that declaration only served to increase the tension in Erebonia and across the continent.
We're back in school. Never thought I'd be happy to be here. Oh my god, that freaking was never ending. Jeez. Is Toa okay? He was one of the ones who went there after all.
On a cool, clear autumn day, the Academy's prestigious board of directors gathered for their first meeting of the year.
Wait, their first meeting and it's already September? Jeez. Conference room. Thanks for pointing that out.
And that concludes my biannual report.
Thank you for talking.
Good, good. It seems the Academy is running like a well-oiled machine. No administrative issues to speak of. Student performance is sitting comfortably above the national average on exams and on general aptitude tests, too.
The second-year students seem to be having a banner year as well. The Student Council president, in particular, has built up an outstanding array of extracurricular achievements.
Well, she attended last month's trade conference, and from what I hear, she put the professional secretaries to shame. I only wish the conference could have ended on a more positive note.
I'll say, the share prices of my company have been on a real roller coaster ride ever since.
Undoubtedly, what happened at the trade conference has wreaked havoc on the economy as a whole. But moving on. I couldn't help but notice in the recent exam reports that Class 1 and 2's academic performance seems to be slipping. Perhaps the preferential treatment given to the upper-class students is hindering their scholastic development?
Well, students belonging to the nobility are allowed to return home during August to learn more about their family's lands. It's a tradition here, but one I can't help but wonder if we've outgrown the need for in this modern age.
If I may, traditions accumulate and hold meaning only so long as they're preserved. Our nation's culture, its arts, its social classes, all are rich with tradition that makes Erebonia what it is, and I believe we have a duty to protect and uphold them. After all, does not this very institution champion the ideals of its founder, Emperor Dreigels?
Indeed it does. Though I've always understood Dreigels' intent to be the founding of an academy for the people. Even 200 years ago, when education was seen as the province of the nobility, Male commoners were permitted to enroll. Today, we have plenty of young women attending, and the commoners easily outnumber the nobles on campus. Perhaps it's time we started taking strides to realize Emperor Dreikel's true ideal.
You seem to be laboring under a few misconceptions here. Commoners were permitted to attend, but only as retainers. Retainers served knights, who served lords, who served the emperor. That's the way the Erebonian society functioned. From that vantage, the structure of the academy in its earlier days certainly seems to have embodied that social order. And if that's so, what is there to suggest that it's not the social order itself that has become the aberration?
Well,
For one, if that were the case, it would be far easier for me to see my views put into practice. But I can hardly get a word in edgewise between you two. Well, I'd certainly enjoy a return to the way things were in Dreikel's time, at least in that particular respect.
Our apologies, Your Highness.
well, our role here is to consider your views and work toward implementing them.
See what I mean? Would you be so kind as to help me out here, Principal?
I'm here to moderate this board. It wouldn't do for me to express my position on the issues at hand. That said, I'm sure your passion for reform will triumph in the end, Your Highness.
I suppose I should have known better than to look to my old teacher for sympathy.
It warms my heart to see such a fine teacher-student relationship.
Now, if I may, I'd like to steer this discussion toward a rather timely topic. We've already touched on the issues regarding the Orbal Net and the Orbal Staves, but I'd like to stress again that the adoption of new security measures for the Orbal Net should be a top priority.
Well, I'm certainly inclined to agree, but we'll have to rely on the Foundation directly, as things are looking a little shaky with the IBC.
You can leave that to me. The other matter I'd like to review is the use of the Orbal Staves and the Arcus units. Or more specifically, we need to talk about how Class 7 should operate from here on out.
You don't tell me what to do.
Setting aside the fact that my daughter is a member of Class 7, I think we need to reconsider how the class should be run, in light of what happened at Corellia Fortress. While it certainly proved an excellent chance to see what the Arcus units are capable of, I have serious doubts about whether we should carry on with these field studies, given the current political climate.
It would be difficult to do so, I admit. With the terrorists at large and the problems in Crossbell unresolved, these are uncertain times.
At the very least, I believe it may be in the class's best interest to cancel this month's field study.
No!
We could always resume them once the terrorists have been arrested and the situation in Crossbell calms down.
We're the ones who will freaking arrest the terrorists.
Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. I'm sure you all recognize the words of Emperor Dreikel's. They become something of a school motto here. It's my belief that Class 7's actions at Corellia Fortress perfectly embody the spirit of that directive. They stood together to stop a tragedy in the making and, in a sense, protected the foundation of our world. No one ordered them to do it. They took action of their own free will, because they knew in their hearts what was right. Some might call it recklessness. Some may think it rash. Some may even venture to call it hubris. However, as chairman of this academy, I'm incredibly proud of what the brave young men and women of Class 7 achieved.
Your Highness.
Troubled times may lay in store for Erebonia, and for the entire continent in the months and years to come. But I believe that makes something like Class 7's field studies all the more significant. The experiences they're having now will help them find the strength and the means to press on through adversity. I can't be the only one who feels this way, can I?
They do seem to be showing remarkable growth. That much is true. Although I have no idea how much my daughter is really capable of. Immature as she is.
Hey, she does fine. I don't know how she does with the other groups when Reed isn't there, but she does fine every other time.
I could say the same of my hothead of a son.
I do wonder about my brother sometimes.
Everyone's fine.
However, it does seem that enrolling at this academy has helped him start breaking out of his shell.
With the Academy Festival coming next month, we hadn't
Ooh.
even planned a field study.
Academy Festival? Huh. Well, crap. The festival is going to be completely ruined by the fact that the next chapter's the last, I'm pretty sure. Because we have chapter 6, which is now, then chapter 7 in October is the final chapter, which then is the end of the game, which, oh my god, this has been going on for so long.
So the issue at hand is just whether to hold a field study at the end of this month or not. I'd like to ask those in favor of going ahead with this month's field study to please raise their hands.
I'm all for it. Can we go to a hot springs? 6th period, special homeroom.
All right, I'd like to begin by taking everyone's ideas for our class's part in the school festival.
I can't even read that. 127th Military Academy Festival.
The festival will run for 2 days next month, the 23rd and the 24th. Equipment setup and the other preparatory work will begin in the afternoon 2 days before the start of the festival. But there's a lot of preparation needed before we get to that point, and the sooner we get that underway, the better.
That's all the more reason to figure out what exactly we want to do. Some of our options include displays, events, stage shows, and cafes. Does that sound right, Crow?
Yeah, though no class I know would settle for just some simple display.
A maid cafe!
I mean, come on, no one ever said, boy, we better rush to get in the line for that display.
Well, either way, I'd like to start by soliciting some ideas from all of you.
A bikini... A swimsuit competition, let's go with that.
We're just brainstorming right now, so feel free to say whatever comes to mind.
Maid cafe, swimsuit competition... A bake-off? Milliam. I just love those expressions he makes. Wait, since when is Crow now up in the front? Well, further closer to the front.
Would it kill you all to give just a teensy bit of cooperation?
I know. It's just...
It's kind of hard to focus right now.
You're one to talk, standing up there with your nervous fidgeting.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
The board of directors is in session as we speak, deciding what'll happen to our class.
And those of us with family members who sit on that board probably have even more cause for concern.
You can say that again. We can't even be sure whether there'll be a field study this month.
That's about the long and short of it. With everything that happened during last month's field study, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they just canceled it.
I can't say I have any particular feelings of attachment to our field studies, but I refuse to accept needless changes to our curriculum, especially with my brother involved in the decision-making process.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Makes sense to me.
We also have to account for the fact that going on our field study means that much less time to prepare for the festival. So, as you can see, it presents a bit of a problem.
Man, look at you guys taking this all seriously.
I probably should have asked a little earlier, but... What's this festival you guys keep talking about?
Wait, seriously?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have gone over that for your benefit.
Every year, the students here organize and put on a school-wide festival. There are stage events, food stalls, and all kinds of things to see and do. And it generally falls to each of the first-year classes to provide the main attractions.
Yeah, participating is optional for the second years, since by this point they're usually focusing on their future careers. Oh, and each of the clubs generally get involved too.
Huh, that sounds fun. In that case, we have to do something. We can't just let the other classes roll over us because we're small. You say that, but I've already had one of the girls from Class 1 bluster up to me declaring that this time victory will be all ours.
What? It must have been Ferris. That sounds exactly like something she'd say.
Well, Class 1 does seem to have had it in for us ever since the midterm results were announced.
If
If it's all the same, I'd rather not see the House of High Arms claim yet another nominal victory. But we need to account for the fact that our class is markedly smaller than theirs is.
Yes, and which goes to another point. Why is that desk that Crow was sitting in last month empty? We're not getting another transfer student, right? There's no way that's possible.
That's certainly true.
It'd help if we at least knew what the other classes are doing.
It kind of seems like everyone's having trouble staying focused.
Come on, everyone, get it together.
Hey, Teach, what's
Instructor Sarah?
Isn't this a self-study period?
Oh, it was. But I thought you all might like to know that the Board of Directors meeting just adjourned a few minutes ago. So I decided to skip along down here and be the first to break the news.
Then?
What about our next field study? Are we still on?
The Chancellor's not the only one with a little too much iron in his blood. Because the board voted unanimously to have you continue your field studies.
Alright.
You mean it?
So that's how it is.
You know, even though they're always hard work, I actually feel a little relieved.
Considering all that happened last month, we'll need to be especially careful this time around.
Still, it feels like our field studies are a big part of who we are as a class.
Yeah.
They're kind of a pain, but oh well.
We should be grateful to His Highness and the directors.
That's good news.
Seeing the hard road and the easy road, then picking the hard one anyway. That's youth for you.
It also sounded like His Highness and the directors will be taking off in pretty short order. So I'll let you guys out of study hall early to go see them if you want.
Oh.
If you say so.
I think I'll take you up on that.
So what exactly can we do now? Oh, they're sharing. Well, you say you're gonna say goodbye to your mother, or are you just gonna go somewhere else? Mother! Dad! Marcus, I haven't had the chance to talk with you since the summer festival. Sounds like you were quite the heroes at Gorelia Fortress. Come on, don't tease us. I'll be the first to admit that we acted rashly, but in the end, I have no regrets. I'm glad to hear it. It's good to see you again. Likewise, my field so far behind us now. You have good questions now. It's written all over your face. I do. You went to Graham, weren't you, to meet Duke Cyan? Correct. I was hoping to have time to greet you and your classmates, too. But I imagine you would rather he not take too close an interest in you. You imagine right. Still, I'm concerned. What is the House of Oberaya playing at? And not just us, what are the four great houses and the rest of the noble faction trying to accomplish? Ah, you act like there's a simple answer. The four great houses aren't as united in opinion as you might think. Even within individual families, there can be a disagreement. You know that I differ from my father on several issues. But rather than worrying about others' positions, I'd suggest giving some thought to your own as a member of the family. I'm surprised you actually managed to make it here. I was expecting a business negotiation to crop up just in the nick of time like it always does. This time it's something you make, not something you find. All the more so if you're in a position of responsibility. Lady Elisa is quite the multitasker herself, you should see. She has no trouble balancing her time between her studies, training, club activities, and hobbies. Of course she doesn't. I'd be disappointed if she wasn't able to manage at least that much. You need to start looking at using your time more creatively, Elisa, instead of simply doing what's required of you. I saw the railway guns at Gorelia, you know, and I saw what those Oxens are capable of. And I can understand why Grandfather regrets ever making them. You honestly feel things like that are necessary? Are you really okay with that? I think the fact that you've seen enough to ask me that now means that deep down you've realized that they're both necessities of this era we live in. But well, The opinions of others are only that. Stop relying on them so much. Observe for yourself and draw your own conclusions. That's what someone who was truly independent would do anyway.
Still, I wasn't expecting to find myself indebted to you again so soon. Without your intervention, the Chancellor and I would have met our maker in Crossbell.
Don't mention it.
We're just relieved you're all okay, Your Highness.
Indeed. I'm glad you were able to focus on making a positive contribution at the conference.
Yeah, positive contribution, like they all talked in the conference, and yet everyone but Oliver, what? Literally already forgot his name. Everyone does not talk but him right now. Prince Oliver, I believe. I've already said that, but yeah. Everyone else doesn't talk. Why? They talked in the conference. Couldn't they have added some dialogue to these as well?
I wish I could tell you that's exactly what I did.
Whatever.
I could scarcely find a place to chime in once the Chancellor and the Republic's president got going.
There's a lot of RPGs that don't add dialogue for whatever reason.
Though the mayor of Crossbell managed to dumbfound even them.
I presume you're referring to his proposal for Crossbell's independence?
Hard to believe it could actually happen.
Well, as long as both Erebonia and Calvard refuse to accept it, the likelihood of it actually happening is incredibly low. Still, they're planning to hold a referendum on the issue to see if the population is in favor of it. So there'll be plenty more chances for disputes to break out over the issue.
Well, neither of them want to lose all that sweet tax revenue from Crossbell. Half of it flows into the provinces too, so like, fat chance the noble faction's gonna take that lying down.
I mean, it's true.
Milliam.
I swear, this kid has all the delicacy of a rock to the face.
So you're Milliam, are you? Your name seems to have come up with increasing frequency lately. Well, I was hoping for a chance to see the famous Eric Getlem in action, though.
Oh, sure thing. Come on, Lamb!
Whoa there. Cool your jets.
I'm not sure this is the best place to call out Eric Getlem. Just a hunch.
Lame.
Objection overruled.
That could have gotten messy.
Honestly, it would save us all a lot of trouble if you could just refrain from saying whatever pops into your mind, too.
Lame.
Oh, who might you be?
Say, are you from the Vander family? The one who serves as the prince's bodyguard?
Oh, did Neidhart mention me?
Mueller Vander.
I'm Mueller Vander of the 7th Armored Division. I was with the Prince at the conference in Crossbell, so I'm in your debt as well. Glad to be able to thank you personally.
The honor is ours, sir.
It's an honor to meet a member of the esteemed Vander family.
Ah, so you're the Radiant Blade Master's daughter. And you must be a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style. I'm always happy to meet fellow students of the sword. Oh, and you must be the young man from Nord who my uncle wrote a reference for.
Yes, that would be me. I owe a lot to Lieutenant General Vander.
It sounds like he's in your debt as well, with everything that happened in Nord a few months ago. Well, you all seem like dependable young men and women. Perhaps the Prince's idea had some merit to it after all.
See? What did I tell you? And it's not just Class 7 either. The whole academy seems so full of life. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to break down social barriers by getting to know all of them in the academy's pool.
Hey, Oliver, back off. Stay with me. Find your own.
If you really want to work up a sweat, I'd be glad to let you run back to Heimdall.
I would love to see like a 20-hour session of him just running back to Heimdall.
If you kept up a good sprint, I'll bet you could even make it in a couple hours.
You'd actually make me do it, too. Cruelty. My name is Mueller.
It's like their hearts practically beat in sync.
That's certainly one way to look at it. I wonder how long they've known each other.
Oh, it seemed quite a while. Bye, everyone.
Well then, I bid you all a fond farewell. I hope we have the chance to meet again soon.
We will eventually, probably either later this chapter or in chapter 7, which is the final one. Now it's Saturday. 3 days had passed since the board of directors had handed down their decision. With the assurance that our field studies would continue, we finally turned our attention to next month's festival. However, losing those couple days at the end of the month meant we had that much less time to prepare. No matter how much we brainstormed, we couldn't think of any really compelling ideas our small class could pull off. Eventually. Geez, I can't believe we've run through another week already. But hey, at least it's the perfect weather for a weekend out on town. I hope you all enjoy your free day tomorrow, especially since you've got another practical exam coming up next Wednesday. You couldn't just send us off with have a good weekend, could you? It just wouldn't be Instructor Sarah if she didn't throw in a little dash of torment. And then we'd have this month's field study coming up at the end of the week, right? Yeah, just like we'd planned. We might have made a few changes to the original itinerary, but nothing more. Major, I'll tell you all about where we are headed after the practical exam, so until then, keep on guessing. Yeah, you don't need to make it into some sort of dramatic revelation. She does, though. Oh, I can't wait to find out where we're going to go this time. Milliam? Sarah, please, by all that's holy, let Milliam stay in Green's freaking field study group. Please! I don't want to lose her freaking Master of AoE. And Emma's AoE doesn't do much more. Please! Oh, and by the way, you guys really need to figure out what you're going to do for the next festival next month. First years have to participate, so if you can't think of anything, you'll be showing your field study reports instead. What? That certainly wouldn't be my first choice or even my fifth. Anyway, that's a wrap for homeroom if you'll do the honors, Miss Class President. Yes, Instructor. Stand. Bow. Well, I'm sure she was just joking about putting our field study reports on display. I hope. Either way, we need to figure out what we're going to be doing by starting of next week. That sounds wise, especially considering we have a practical exam on Wednesday and our field study next weekend. If that's how things stand, we should make it our goal to at least have some solid ideas by the end of tomorrow. We also need to check out what the other classes are planning. If we ended up doing something that was already being done, we'd seem totally redundant. Yeah, we should split up and start gathering some info. But to remember, we need to find something that'll work with the number of people we've got. Yeah, all the other classes have more than double the manpower we do it easily. And they all seem to have some pretty grandiose aspirations at that. If greatness were revised the number, the museum would be full of artwork produced by committee. There must be some course of action that can turn our lesser numbers to our advantage. Yeah, the question is what? If we had an easy answer, we wouldn't be spending all this time wearing overheads. I'm getting kinda pumped up. Well, a little inter-class competition never hurt anyone. In fact, it might spice things up a bit. Thor's summer uniform. Standard uniform. Okay then. What do those look like? Equip. First 7 uniform. That's literally what I've got equipped. Thor's summer uniform. Okay then. That makes total sense. Save. What is there to do now? We don't really have any quests we can do, I think. Where's everyone? What? We can go to the library. Library's new month. Hello there. I'll take the Erebonian Folklore, Volume 3, please. And there we go. Its contents were added to book notes. Thank you very much. I seem to have developed a reputation as a font of random knowledge thanks to all the reading I do. Some of my classmates have decided that I'm in charge of everything related to our event setting. Our project has something to do with the stars, so maybe I should tie it to mythology somehow. So am I like supposed to talk to people and find out what they're doing? So I may just end up going to look up on that site for chapter 6 and see what the heck I'm supposed to technically do. Because otherwise, I'm not actually going to do anything. But I also kind of want to see how Toa's doing. It sounds like people are talking inside. Okay, next on the agenda is the issue of the food and drink stalls. More specifically, how we ensure hygiene standards across all of them. That's a big one, especially with how many non-academy visitors we'll have. Worse yet, Haruhi and some of the other instructors were saying the stalls should be banned if we can't take care of them. Are they crazy? We couldn't possibly ban food and drink stalls at a festival. That's half the fun right there. In that case, we're really going to need each and every student to understand their responsibilities in regards to hygiene. We still got about a month, so if we take the initiative early. What if we discuss this with the instructor Beatrix in the infirmary and worked with her? That seems like a good way to do it. Sounds good to me. No objections here. Yeah, it's settled then. I'm sure if we work together, everything will be fine. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. She seems really busy. I was hoping to ask her about what Class 7 could do for the festival. But today definitely doesn't not seem like the right time. Maybe tomorrow. Alright, she just talked about going to the infirmary, right? Main building. Beatrix! It pleases me to see how well Prince Albert is doing. Oh, he was quite the troublemaker during his time at the academy. I never thought I'd see him holding on to a firm set of ideals and working so hard. It's a pleasant surprise. Damn. I was really kind of hoping that Beatrix could give us something. Fine. Whoa, wait, what? Offer a peculiar dish. Roasted fire. I didn't hit it over the roasted fire. That's the death dish that the girls just gave us. Dear me, I've never seen a dish quite like this before. This will definitely help with my research. If you discover any more curious cuisine, please visit me at once. Yes. You can totally have that death dish. Yes, if possible, I would like to guide some children from town through this festival. My Rosine, you're certainly jumping into the sister lifestyle with both feet, aren't you? Well, I see no issue with that, so go round up those kids and bring them along. What a relief. Thank you so much, instructor. Not at all, not at all. Keep up the good work at the church. Hey then. Sarah? Try and come up with an idea for the festival soonish, okay? No, I guess that's easier said than done, what with the board's decision to go forward with your next field study. I know, we're pretty limited on the time we can devote to brainstorming. Well, either way, better to have a few ideas knocking around sooner instead of waiting till the last 10 minutes. The longer you take, the more of the vice principal's angry ranting I'll have to endure. We'll do everything we can. Yeah, how about you? The Epstein Foundation saying they had found a vulnerability near Main OS. It might be an hours too, actually. I'll have to take a look and fix it up if I find it. Never really mentioned this, but you're pretty amazing with computers, Instructor Makara. I guess. It's all such a pain, though. I'd really rather not have to do this stuff. And you? The first board of directors meeting went rather well, though I was surprised to hear that they won't be canceling the field study. A reckless decision, if you ask me. Because what do they plan on doing should any incident occur off campus? Hello, Instructor Neidhart. Glad to see you made it back to the Academy. Indeed. All matters relating to the attack on Grelia Fortress have been taken care of, so I am free to return. Apologies that I was unable to teach you for such an extended period of time. Don't worry, Instructor Sarah did a fine job of filling in for you. That's so, I'll be sure to thank her later. Not the type to leave debts unpaid, is he? Yeah, definitely not. Okay. Principal Van Dyke. I'm rather looking forward to what Class 7 does for the festival. You all come from a wealth of different backgrounds, each with your own unique experiences. In that regard, I'd like to see something that only such a gathering of individuals could do. We really need to pull off something great now that we're facing these kinds of expectations. Couldn't we technically just have a show of strength, technically? Oh no. No. Are you stalking him again? Yep. Lord Vincent, whatever will you be up to during the festival? Wouldn't it be splendid to use the event to spend some quality time together? You do know she's stalking you still, right? Part of the festival brings back memories of our play last year. Our first appearance on stage could be likened to a breathtakingly beautiful butterfly bursting forth from its cocoon. So wonderfully charming, that ladies in the audience had to shut their eyes to resist swooning over me. Eyes. Some might say that your acting simply put everyone to sleep. Yep. Its acting last year was truly a sorry sight. One can only hope that our operetta is worlds better. Operetta? So you're also putting on a play? Okay. What about you? The Academy's been pretty lively lately. You can really tell we're closing in on the festival. I've got my own things to take care of beforehand, but just let me know if you need a hand with anything. Festival only rolls around once a year, so you best make it count. Okay, I'm really done talking to people. Everyone so far I've talked to is just useless. I mean, I highly doubt that we can have like a swimming competition. So, in that mindset, let's go to the gymnasium for a quick second. Hello? How are you two doing? Today, I'd like you to try the butterfly stroke. Really? Isn't that a little advanced? Hey, don't worry, it takes some getting used to, but I'm sure you'll be able to manage. If you put in time to practice every day, you'll have it down faster than you think. Always as strict as ever when it comes to practice. Yeah, I can't deny that she makes me want to work even harder now. Okay, just don't become like those 3 girls back in Legram. You know, I would have expected that icy winter's weather would be a sign for the swimming club to take a break. But nope, guess we gotta suck it up and carry on twisted. But nope, guess we gotta suck it up and carry on some twisted academy tradition. I guess I'd better get used to swimming in the cold so I don't get sick or anything. Yeah, that too. Man, summer just flew by. We need to get used to swimming in the cold fast. Especially since it's gonna be like this all the way up until next summer. Okay, fine. I'm out of here. I am completely out of here. Save the game. I can't see anything that would potentially be useful, and I'm just currently wasting time that we could be using on our quest. Dang it. Let's go back to the dormitory. Stay outside, return to the dormitory. I ain't got no clue where else to go, man. I could've went to the mechanics area, though.
Insects, huh? Well, it is fall, I guess. Hard to believe I've already been here half a year. The festival used to seem so far off, and now it's just next month. The past 6 months really have flown by.
Huh? Is that you, Reed?
Oh. Toa! Hey! What's up? I tried to talk to you before, but you were busy.
Toa? Hey there. Haven't seen you out and about too much lately. I thought you were still stuck in today's student council meeting.
I'm surprised you heard about it. We just finished up a little while ago. So I thought that was a nice point to call it a day.
I see. Did you guys discuss the Academy Festival?
Yep. We've still got a lot we need to nail down before next month to keep the preparations running smoothly. There's enough to discuss that we're actually meeting again tomorrow.
Sounds like work's really keeping you busy then. By the way, have you figured out what you'd like me to help you with tomorrow? I'll even take the tasks now if you have them handy.
Oh, I usually sort those out before I go to bed. I guess I could go over them now, but there's some shopping I really need to do.
Oh, let's go shopping then. I'll come with you.
Sorry. Is it okay if I give them to you tomorrow morning like usual?
That's totally fine.
Reen, ask her if she wants help.
Reen, there's something I want to tell you. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long to say it, but I want you and everyone from Class 7 to know how grateful I am for what you did at Corellia Fortress.
I know, right? If we didn't stop those cannons from going off, he would have died.
Oh. It's fine, really. We've gotten plenty of rounds of thanks for it already. We just kind of ended up in the wrong place at the right time, and we were lucky the instructors were there, and...
That doesn't change the fact that you saved my life.
Exactly.
I wasn't on the same floor where the conference was being held, but if a shot from the railway guns had hit Orcus Tower, I doubt I'd be standing here today.
Toa. I'm just glad you're safe.
Thanks. Anyway, I feel like I'm just kind of babbling on and repeating myself now, so I'll stop myself here.
Oh, I tend to do that all the time.
Huh. She's awfully conscientious, isn't she? Oh, you said you were on your way out to do some shopping, right?
Finally! Ask if she needs help.
Is there a lot on your list?
Well, a pretty good amount, I suppose. Oh, and I just remembered I need to pick up that stuff at the bookstore, too. Then after I get everything I need at the general store, I might have to make a trip back here to drop it off.
You could do that. Or I could come along with you and help carry all those bags. So how about it? No strings. I just feel like you could use a hand.
Oh no, there's no way I could drag you along on all my errands.
I'd much like to come help with.
I mean, sure, it'd be a big help,
That's
but
not even...
I just feel so bad asking you to do it.
I'd like to help you. Let's just go with that.
Ugh, that makes it sound like deep down I secretly want you to come, and that's not...
You secretly want me to come. Okay then. Let's go.
Well, if it eases your conscience, there's actually something I need your advice on. It's about my class and what we can do for the upcoming festival.
We can talk about it while we go do your shopping. My one in the second game. What second year's in the second game, right? And then in the third game, are we third years? That'd be kind of cool. Living through the same school life. Then what would we do for the? What would we wouldn't have the old schoolhouse anymore, right? After we finish in this one. No, what exactly would we do in school after that? If we're still second years in the second and third years in the third. What would we do to level up in that point? Speaking of bookstore, I also need to buy my own.
That should be everything. Wow, is it this late already?
I guess the sun has started setting a little earlier lately. Still, I had no idea you came here often.
Well, Mick is always able to get stuff you can't buy anywhere else. He's my go-to guy when there's something I can't get at the Academy store. Like fireworks to use in school events. I think we even asked him for a penguin costume once, and he actually got it.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a pretty unique shopping list.
And all he was giving me was Blade. I've had nothing but torment after playing that game.
Uh-huh. Wait! How did you end up with all those bags?
That's just how much he bought.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Here, give me some of those.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine. You're carrying plenty as it is.
Sorry, Rain. Well, how about we take a break in the rest area over there? I'll buy you a coffee or something. You wanted to ask me something about the Academy Festival too, right? Ooh, yeah. That does sound like a problem. Well, your class doesn't have enough people to do anything that involves large-scale equipment or decorations. You all could get together and run a little cafe without any problems, if you all wanted to do something like that.
I'd thought about it, yeah. Still, if we're going to do something, I at least want it to be as impressive as what the other classes are doing.
Not so much use your Arcus, and then show everyone how you're able to think without actually saying anything, and you know what the others are wanting to do.
Feeling a little competitive, aren't we, Rean?
That might be a good show.
Well, you have enough people to put on a play or run a game tournament, but other first-year classes have already applied to do both of those.
I see. I don't really want to copy an idea another class is already doing. Come to think of it, what did your class do last year?
Oh, it was a cat-themed coffee shop where we all wore cat suits.
Oh my god, please don't tell me Crow was in a cat suit.
And then there was that other event I did with Angie and the others.
Oh, you guys got together and did something else too?
It's nothing. Just forget I said anything.
Something she did with Angie. A date? A double date?
We didn't put on any event, and even if we did, it wouldn't have been on stage.
Did you sing together? Did you juggle? Did you do a beauty pageant? Something similar to those the way you're blushing and I'm avoiding the subject now.
I think you just let the cat out of the bag. So, you guys did do something on stage? What exactly was it?
Me and my big mouth. You really want to know?
You don't need to tell me if you don't want to.
If you don't mind telling me anyway. Who knows? It might help me think of something Class 7 could do.
Well, if you insist, I can't turn down a chance to help a sweet, fledgling first year, especially after how much you helped me. I'll reach down to my toes and muster every last bit of courage to tell you.
Don't need to go that far.
Thanks. Was it some kind of traumatic experience or something?
The way she's talking, yeah, most likely.
Well, in short, we put on a musical performance.
Okay, so it was singing.
A little concert of sorts, you could say.
Wow, really? I wouldn't have expected that from you guys. So you can play an instrument then?
I am afraid not. That's how I got stuck being the singer.
There we go.
Angie, Crow, and George all played for the show, though.
Wow, that actually sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. If we put on a musical show, I'm sure Elliot would be a big help.
He's good with his musical instrument.
So, what kind of music was it? Classical? Folk? Show tunes?
Well, it's hard to describe, but it was passionate, really modern.
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Well, it's not really a genre that's caught on in the Empire yet. You definitely wouldn't hear it played in Heimdall's Opera House, that's for sure.
Huh?
Alright. Do you have some free time tomorrow evening? If you can't come until after you're done exploring the old schoolhouse, that's okay with me.
Tomorrow evening? Yeah, I should be free. Should I meet you in the student council room?
Oh no. Can you go to the computer room in the main school building?
Sure thing.
Is there a recording of what she did?
Does this have something to do with the concert you held last year?
You'll just have to find out tomorrow night.
Was it something about love?
Sorry to keep asking favors of you, but would you mind coming to the lower class dormitory with me? If we stay out here much longer, we're going to miss dinner at the dorms.
You have a point. But really, I'm fine with all the bags. Just leave the heavy lifting to me.
You're so stubborn.
So are you. Progressive chaos. Well, the chaos part doesn't sound good at all. Hang out in the dormitory. Stay in your room. There's no real point to me doing this, is there? They'll have it, I see. I'm looking forward to seeing what crazy idea you decide on. I can't help you out too much, though. Having someone as brilliant as me on your side already feels like stacking the deck. Fair enough, we'll figure out something on our own. Yeah, that aside, feels like you guys have finally gotten used to having me around. Guess that means I can finally take it easy. I guess so, Marcus is still adjusting to your antics, I think. But to me, you've always been a little too relaxed to fit the image of the model upperclassman. I mean, now that you've got the red jacket and everything, I might even forget you were ever a second here. Ouch, man, that one might have hit a little too close to home. I'm just messing with you. Are you, Rean? Are you really messing with him? The things we can pull off for just the number of people we've got in Class 7 are kind of limited, huh? Personally, I'd like it if we did something music-related, but that might be too much of a stretch. That reminds me, Toa mentioned something that she was involved with, some kind of concert for last year's festival. Maybe she'll have some ideas for us when I go see her tomorrow evening. Oh yeah, she will, or she'll be showing us what's recorded. The idea of an academy holding its own festival is pretty new to me. We did have seasonal festivals in Nord though, so maybe it's like those. I don't doubt that coming together to put on a festival that everyone in school can enjoy will be a lot of fun. Now we just need to think of something our class can do for it. Okay. I'm certain my brother has much on his mind, but shaming him through a lack of creativity simply isn't an option. We must come up with an idea befitting our class and status. Wow, he's really serious about this. And I completely forgot Marcus. I really went past you. Yeah, because I went from Elliot. Whoops. Helping my club prepare for the festival while trying to brainstorm an idea for our class is proving to be a challenge. We'll have to divide up our time wisely to make sure everything goes well. Well, I don't have any clubs to worry about, so I'll devote my extra time to finding a good idea for us. You say that, but I get the feeling you're even busier than the rest of us. I mean, that kind of is true with all the work I've done for Toa in the past few months. Milliam, what's up? Anything new in this room? No, not really. People keep telling me that festival is all about the good stalls. I wonder what kind of tasty stuff they'll have. Well, there's nothing wrong with being excited for them, but we should probably focus on the idea for our class right now. I know. Do you, Milliam? Do you? There's not in her room yet again. Although last time I didn't even check, if I'm remembering correctly. How goes it, my love? I'll try asking my clubmates about their festival plans later. My Fanny's is an upper-class student, and the other two are second years, so I'm sure they've got something amazing up their sleeves. Who wants to bet their answers are only going to depress me? Yeah, we don't exactly have a lot of options either. Still, I'm sure we'll come up with something that we can really be proud of. Yeah, you're right about that. Alright. Me? Guess I'll go straight to bed tonight. Easier to come up with ideas when you're well rested. That's true. But that raises the question, with all those naps you take, how are you always so tired? Years of experience. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah, years of experience. I mean, come on, you gotta be able to sleep with one eye open, don't you know? My club is in meeting for practice tomorrow, so maybe I should spend the day pondering on an idea for the festival. I also made arrangements with Sharon to teach me too. Oh, what are you planning on having her teach you? It's nothing too important, don't worry about it. Sharon! Most likely cooking. Does Laura want to cook for a certain black-haired sword wielder? What's wrong, Emma? Oh, sorry, I guess I've been feeling rather out of it lately. Maybe it's because I've been so focused on coming up with ideas for the Literature Club's short story collection. You should take the chance to get some good rest tonight then. And that's exactly what I intend to do. Okay, that's all the girls, all the guys. Let's go down to the bottom floor. And see what Sharon and Sarah, if she's here, have to say. There's 3 people here, what? Celine? What are you doing in here? Oh, you've been coming around pretty often these days, huh? I guess you must really like whatever Sharon's been making for you. Well, very much. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. You've got your next field study and your practical exam coming up too, so the sooner you think of something, the better. Really can't think of anything, you can always just post up your field study reports and call it a day. And win the award for most boring event ever, not on my watch. We'll only have one chance to enjoy the festival as first years after all. Ah, good, you do understand. Technically, it is Sarah's first time as well, seeing as how it's her first time being a teacher. Sharon. The chairman stated that she has high hopes for the Academy Festival. Visitors will coming from all directions. You mean will be coming? Regions, so it should be quite stimulating for the economy, she says. Yeah, of course, she's also looking forward to your performance as well. I'm tingling with anticipation myself. Oh, are you now? Okay, that should be it. I can't leave, right? I probably shouldn't go out this late at night. Fine. Anything in the mailbox? No. Off to bed we go. It's to the left, not the right. Save the game. And let's go to bed. Yeah, call it a day. Yes, I know. We talked to everyone, there ain't nothing else for us to do. Sunday, free day. Such a nice, wonderful evening. Such a nice, wonderful morning, isn't it? What's our next set of jobs? From heart to stomach. Mint. I'm thinking about making some food as a present for someone, but I don't know what to make. It's gotta be something that screams me, you know? I think I'll need someone's help to figure that out. If you got a stomach of steel and can help me out, meet me in the cafeteria kitchen in Student Union. Mint, Year 1, Class 3. A personal request. Angelica. Wait, I have to ask you to do me a favor. I'll be in the training hall on the first floor of the gym. If you come prepared. Angelica? Oh, Angie. Wow. Okay, yeah, the girl who rides the motorcycle, alright. Good Mr. Schwartzer. We have come to an amusing juncture at which were to submit a blank request form. You would naturally assume my intent to be an investigation of the old schoolhouse. And so it is once again. Principal Van Dyke. A request from Angelica. She put it in directly. I guess it doesn't have anything to do with the Orville bike. But it says to come prepared. Wonder what that's all about. Let's see, we got the usual letter from the principal, and the other is a request for help making a dish. Then this evening, I'm meeting Toa up in the computer room. I'm curious what she has to show, but I guess right now I should just focus on the tasks I've got here. Well, we've got a nice fall day on our hands, so it looks like this weather's going to stick around for a while. Our first free day since we switched back to the long-sleeved uniforms, too. Better roll up those sleeves and get to work. I mean, you've been wearing the exact same uniform year-round. Technically. Alright, nothing else in the mailbox. Sarah had... Ooh. We can now do stuff with Sarah. Okay. Emma... Laura... B. Alright, I'm liking it. There's uses, and at least currently right now has nothing. And guys also, Milliam has nothing as well. Oh crap. We're going to the cafeteria, right? So let's go to Mint's Pawn Shop. Meat's Pawn Shop, not Mint's. Oh yeah, you kids have got another field study this month, right? That's right, the board of directors just made their decision on it the other day. Oh boy, you kids just can't catch a break, can you? That was really not the best time to chase around and murder you. But what you gonna do? Your class is still doing something for the festival, right? Well, if you need me to order some supplies for you, just let me know. I don't bite, usually. Oh, thank you very much. He's got a rough exterior, but I guess he's a big softy deep down. Don't let him hear you say that. Hey, Moon Rose, Chapter 9, even though I don't need it. Manly Munchies Pudding. I'll take that. L. No exchange. 9,541, so this like 90,000? 95,410, hell yeah! I'll be taking that, thank you very much. All that grinding, man, paid off. Hey, I can trade tuna bones for that. I can trade ground bait for you materials. Okay then. You know, I can trade you material for ground bait. Plus still Bone EX. Huh. Not bad. Anyway, wait. Defense. Dragon, Vision, Crud. There's no domination here. Dang it! Why can't you have domination, man? Ooh. 1000 HP, 1100 EP, all recovery all, cures KO, HP heal full, HP regen, fully heals and 30% HP, but what the heck? Terrific ring. What? The heck? It says I need two. It says I need 2 Certific rings. What? They're literally the same thing, though. Okay then. Alright then, let's leave you and let's go to the bookstore. Where we can potentially buy books that aren't really gonna help us much. Shop. Okay, I'll buy Theo Chronicle 8, even though I'm not gonna really need it. Brewing amazing coffee, cats, and more cats. Export cookware, Manly Munchie steak. Cats is most likely Emma. Item. Event. Sun Moon Rose. No. Vanilla reprint. Nope. Come on. Expert cookware. You. Milliamy joined the cooking club, didn't she? Maybe this is the one book she'd actually want to read. Oh, she actually did join the club. Okay. Of course, it's a club that can benefit her as well. Let's see. Cats, more cats. These cats are also adorable. Emma's gotta see this. She'll love it. Level 5. Read Emma Reese Link, level 5. +2 for both of them. Thank you very much. Next up is, I believe, another cooking one. What the? Weird. Brewing amazing coffee. Marcus is a coffee drinker, right? I wonder if he's read this book. Apparently he hasn't. Okay then. Where's the kitty cat? Clean! I've now managed to actually somewhat bring your name into memory. So where are you? Not in here, are you? You are, you're usually up top. No, so you're most likely in the school somewhere. Man, trying to find you is so annoying. Oh hey, there's Sarah. Who knows, maybe I'll talk to Sarah since I don't want to talk to the guys and increase my relationship with them. Wait, what? Many students have made their way into town, I see. Watching students scurry about in preparation is one of the finest sights of the season. Fellow students, I implore you, do everything in your power to deliver us a fantastic festival. You're stuck good enough or off. Weird, I thought she'd be here. Okay. What? The heck are you doing? Weird. We don't even have Sunday school today, but Kane's gone to church. Something's gotta be up here, I just know it. What's up, my boy? Looks like Rosine's here today, too. Seems like it's time for me to head on in there and help her out. I'm such a good kid. You are so in love. Who's Rosine again? Is she the older one, or is she one of the kids as well? Oh yeah, it's you. Really, thank goodness. I tend to have my hands full with the schoolwork too, so there isn't much time for me to spend with the children. I'd like to use this opportunity to get to know them all a little better. That sounds like a fantastic idea. You're the perfect candidate for this too. I would have asked you myself had I thought of it first. Lean, you inside of the church somewhere? Please? Come out, I don't want to search for you all over the place. Maybe we'll come out in the evening. Move it. Oh hey, look at that! I found you, alright. Why is she staring at me like that? Give her fresh milk. I know. You like me yet? Still whom? She seems so happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. Dang it, Celine, stop saying to me. I'm trying to be your friend, and I'm sorry I didn't have milk in the beginning, okay? Every time I try looking for you, I have milk this time. Okay, I completely forgot what we were supposed to be doing. We were supposed to go to the cooking place, right? Inside the school. Let's chapter 5. Mark the stomach. You mean the cafeteria, kitchen, and student union. Okay. Oh, that place. Student union. Right over here. Hey there, Mint. You're Mint from the Wind Orchestra, I presume. I'm here to see you about a request you made to the student council. That must make you rain then. It's just a little something I'd like you to help me out with. You were planning on making some food as a present, weren't you? Well, someone's lucky. Who's it for? It's actually Uncle Makarov's birthday today, so I'm making it for him. He's always eating junk food and stuff, so I thought that a delicious home-cooked meal would be the best present ever. Even better, he's getting this amazing present from his super cute niece, too. I can see his joyful expression already. Well, sort of. Right. That's where you come in, Reed. I want you to give me some extra special inspiration about what to make. Let me get this straight. You don't want help actually making the food. Pretty much, yeah. How confident are you in your cooking skills, by the way? You know, I guess I'm decent. Wouldn't it have been a better idea to ask this cooking club about this, though? That's what I thought, too, so I asked them first. The head of the club didn't seem like he wanted to teach me much, though. He gave me a big speech about how water isn't normally flammable, but you need to learn the basics or something. Oh, right. Maybe I should back out of this request while I still have the chance. Does that mean you've got no cooking experience at all, then? I know how to peel a banana if that counts. Oh my god. It definitely doesn't. Well, either way, I'll pull it off somehow. I'm just that good. I don't understand how she can feel that confident. On the side, I'm glad you can cook at least. So can you help me out right now? I guess? Alright, I'm in. So what exactly do you want me to do here? Yeah, thanks. Basically, I want you to decide on some dishes that you think are just completely superb. When you do, I want you to bring them here and show them to me. Is that all? Yep, I'll just make something based on whatever you bring to me. Alright. Doesn't matter what kind of dishes I bring along. Oh yeah, I meant to mention that I'm planning on making him a full-course meal. So I need you to prepare 3 different dishes for me, 1 for each course. I don't really think beginners usually attempt to make a full-course meal, but shoot for the stars, I guess. Anyway, once again, what kinds of dishes are you looking for? It wouldn't be a full-course meal without a nice starter, right? I think some sort of soup would be good for that. After that, I'll need something for the main dish. And of course, we can't forget something delicious for dessert. You need me to bring you a soup, a main dish, and then a dessert. We only need 1 of each, right? Understood, I'll get it right now. Thanks. Oh yeah, does Mr. Musgrove have any favorite foods or anything? Might be a good idea to bring along stuff that matches his taste. Well, don't worry, he's not fussy. He'd probably get out of the trash if I didn't stop him. I guess we're talking specifics. It'd be good if you could bring something nice and nutritious for him. Yes, I've been looking too healthy lately, so it'd be nice to try and fix that. Nutritious, got it. I'll see what I can do. Thanks a lot. I can't wait to see what you bring me. From heart to stomach starting. Oh boy. She's not legitimately hoping I cook something, right? Or does she just literally want me to bring something with her? Items. Okay, so I have a pizza, wobbly pudding, celestial pasta soup. There's the soup. Full of ingredients. I guess I could give the chowder, roasted fire, hell no. The pasta soup is literally the only thing I have. No. Recipe. So I can't make an omelet because I don't have any of those. And I can't cook with anyone but Rean himself. What's Rean good at? Nothing. He is terrible in every aspect of cooking. I mean, hash beef rice technically could be a full meal, right?
Okay, let's give this a try.
Can I cook it decently?
There we go.
Hey, there we go. What else did you want? Okay. So apparently, I need everyone else to come cook this stuff. Because healthy means literally the health that it restores. And supposedly I need around, I believe, 8,000 health to get the most out of the request. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the old schoolhouse, bring in the units I need to cook for me, and then we can do it. Right now we need to come over here and do whatever Angie wants. And I believe she might want to fight. I don't know why. I mean, why else would she tell us to come over here? Especially in the fencing area.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Good morning, Angelica. I saw you'd placed a request for me. I'm assuming this one isn't on behalf of the engineering club?
Yeah, this one's a personal favor. Anyway, I hate beating around the bush, so let me get to the point. Will you spar with me?
You want to fight?
Don't look so surprised. This is a military academy after all. I enjoy the martial arts as much as anyone. It's not like I spend all my time on the prowl for beautiful maidens to deflower.
Deflower. Is she meaning that literally?
Is that really something you should be fessing up to? Still, this feels so out of the blue. Did something happen?
You're overthinking it. It's just that it's been a while since I got any good exercise. No need to make a big deal out of it. Just think of it as a fun way to kill some time. So, you in?
That's in to see if Rean has the power to protect Toa in case the need arises, right? Let's do it. Then I'll reload and go into the old schoolhouse first because I need to get CP up for 200 limit.
I'm sorry. This was really sudden. I think I need a little time to get in the right frame of mind.
You're more reserved than I took you for. too. Well, just let me know when you're ready to throw down.
I was just talking about CP, and I completely forgot that there was one quartz that I forgot to put on Rean. And take off of a certain other person right here. Rean, let's put domination on you. Haha! Now, I'm ready to fight.
I want to spar with you, one-on-one. Feels like it's been too long since I've seen any action. I'm ready whenever you are, so just say the word.
All right, I'm game for it.
Much obliged. Well, let's not waste any more fighting time talking.
Yes, let's not. A personal request started. Ooh.
Your stance is...
Don't think of holding back on me now. Though I'm a bit rusty, so I don't know how much of a fight I'll put up.
You wouldn't know it just looking at her. Her guard seems flawless. If I leave any openings, she's going to run me into the ground.
No kidding.
No worries. I'm planning to give you everything I've got.
That's what I want to hear. Well then, come at me.
Well, 100
Let's
be
see
enough
what you're
for her,
made
though,
of.
is the question.
My turn.
Flame slash.
Flames, gavel on my blade.
2 times damage flame slash as well. Oh-ho!
Not bad. Guess there's no need to hold back.
Go!
Damn. If I didn't know any better, I'd see you trying to hurt me. But you gotta do better than that.
My turn.
I'm not holding back this time.
Is this your S-Spray?
It's time!
Yeah, it is. I'm screwed.
Dragon King!
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh my god! The party was wiped out. Wait, that actually gives you a game over? This seriously gives you a game over! How? This is just a freaking duel!
Let's see what you're made
At least
of.
I thought it was just a duel!
My turn.
My god!
Flames, gavel on my...
She literally killed me!
Not bad.
And this time she
Guess
wasn't
there's no
burned.
need to hold back. How about this?
And Rena was now stunned. Rena!
I'm sorry.
Are you serious? Actually, that's a
Let's
good
see what
idea.
you're made of.
Go!
Let's use that spray. Let's craft, whatever you want to call it.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's a spray.
Guess there's no need to hold back.
Come on, do exactly what you just did. Alright, now, come on. Hit me. Again. Now, wake up, Green! Green, no!
Not yet.
Finish off!
Gavel on my blade.
Luck is on my side, Green woke up! That probably doesn't do enough damage, right? Oh no, it did!
Not a bad workout.
Aha!
That's that. Let's keep moving.
I still was not expecting at all to get a game over on a freaking we were just training. We were just sparring with each other. She killed me? What kind of crap is that? You know, and I was only lucky because I had this freaking Master Quartz maxed out. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to use his freaking S-Break a second time. Plus, it had to work on him actually waking up.
I did it.
I should have expected a swordsman of the 8 Leaves One Blade School wouldn't go down so easily.
That's the one that beat me like 3 times, and then on the 4th try, I was trying to do what happened on the 3rd one. Damn!
If I'd been keeping up with my training, I could have given you a stiffer challenge.
If you hadn't just told me, I wouldn't have guessed you'd skipped a single day of your training. In fact, you're actually even stronger than I expected you'd be.
I'm still just a fledgling. Got a long way to go before I can really serve up an A+ beatdown. I'm nowhere near as strong as Instructor Sarah, and my old master was pretty amazing herself.
Oh, believe me, I felt plenty of skill and training in every punch you landed. By the way, your fighting style reminded me a lot of the Eastern martial art Taito. Are you a practitioner by any chance?
I should have guessed you'd be familiar with it. Around 7 years ago, I met a lady from the East who was traveling around the Empire. I kinda ran away from home and followed her around for about half a year, and she taught me Taito. I've mixed in a bit of my own flavor over time, though. Good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Even now, I still find it hard to believe you're from one of the 4 great houses.
Aren't you the flatterer? You're gonna make me blush.
That wasn't flattery.
Well, we might not be as tangled up as Eustace's family, but House Ragnar has its fair share of issues. Guess that's why my rebellious teenage impudence has hung on so long. Even now, there are still some family affairs I worry about.
What kinds of things?
It'd probably be better if I kept it to myself. At least for now. Anyway, I'm lucky to have met Toa, Crow, and George, and then some cool first years like you guys. I'm glad I came to Thor's. Right now, in my life, you guys are all I need.
Angelica.
But hey, it's nice to know I can still hold my own in a fight. At least I know that if worse comes to worse, I should be able to keep Toa and the others safe.
Yeah, see, I knew that was just in her mind right now.
And knowing that is
She can
enough
still
to have made
protect
this
it.
all worthwhile. Thanks, Reen.
Yeah, thanks for killing me 3 times. I'm not happy at the fact that I got a game over from you. That shouldn't have been a thing.
You're welcome. Glad to finally be able to help you out for a change.
Oh my god. If I didn't have as much health as I did, I wouldn't have survived.
And besides, it sounds like some good ideas for what Class 7 can do for the festival might just be coming my way.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. And yeah, I hear you'll be spending some alone time with Toa this evening, hmm?
Yeah, I am.
What?
Oh, there's no need to be embarrassed. It's just that Toa might be perfectly professional when it comes to work.
But she's not good at keeping secrets.
But she's more than a little inexperienced when it comes to the menfolk.
Oh, that.
So promise me you'll be gentle with her, okay?
But not... I hope you're not thinking what I'm thinking. Actually... no, I'm not.
Now, if you'll excuse me... Oh wait, I almost forgot. I wanted to give you this for helping me out.
Wrath. Well, boy, I felt your wrath now, didn't I?
Anyway, see you around. I'll let you know when I'm ready for round 2.
Round 2, yeah. Sure. Give me about 50,000 more HP and I'll be able to do it.
She really is one of a kind. Oh well, I guess I should be going too.
A personal request completed. My god, man. Now, what's this wrath I've heard about? What to do, exactly? Counterattacks after evading always deal critical damage. Huh. Okay. There's nothing I can get rid of, though. I mean, I don't really need dark matter, but at the same time, having this and then pulling everyone in, then we can all use our S-breaks on every enemy together is a nice little touch. Guess I don't really need the 9 speed. I'll just keep what I have on for now. It's worked out for me fairly well. Just barely managed to work out for me as well against freaking Angie. Now save the game. Now I don't... Hey there, patty cakes. What's up? Stan's attitude of late has been strange, to say the least. I'm loath to suspect him, but could he be up to something behind my back? Patrick, are you okay? What are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy? Leave me be. Jeez, I was just wondering if you were okay. Dang. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the old schoolhouse and save the game again, then go inside the old schoolhouse and see what happens when I leave. I'm pretty sure that you can leave and whatnot and the day doesn't change, which means I still can do my 4 free days. Which then might change up how I do things in the last 2 days. The front doors are locked. This will be our 6th time exploring the ruins under the old schoolhouse. Once I start exploring the old schoolhouse, I don't have time for anything else today. So I put out the call then. If you finish exploring the old schoolhouse, the time of day will advance to evening. See, once I finish exploring, so I can leave. As a result, all daytime bonding events and quests will expire. Use the key. Alright, I guess it's time to gather everyone. Now, who should I bring along this month? Okay, this feels weird, actually being able to choose my team now. Milliam, Elisa, Laura, obviously, me, and Emma. That should do it. Yes. Alright, who's ready for another trip into the unknown? This will be our 6th time down here, but don't let yourselves get too comfortable. There's no telling what we'll find down here next. Right. It's only my 2nd month doing this, but I'm ready for anything. Well, almost anything. This place seems like it's full of surprises. It's been half a year since we first began feeling our way through this labyrinth. And for all that we've discovered, it seems we don't know that much more than what we did when we began. Yeah, I didn't think that mystery would go this deep, literally and figuratively. But so far, we've uncovered plenty of questions and precious few answers. That is true. Oh well, we'll just have to keep on pushing forward bit by bit. We're making some kind of progress, right? Yeah, I guess you're right. Anyway, let's check out the elevator console. I'm gonna point out the fact that Reed only brought girls along again. This time a full entourage as well. Wait, no, hold on. The reason I had to do this was for one simple reason. The cook. Creamy chowder. Let's cook for Emma.
I'll do what I can. It looks great if I do say so myself.
Jewel potage. Restores 2400, okay. So next up would be the hashed beef rice. It only takes 1 and 2 of those. Cook 4 of these. With Emma as well.
I'll do what I can. It looks great if I do say so myself.
Noble demi-glacé rice.
That came out well.
And hashed beef rice. That was to us 5,000. That the noble demi-glacé rice does not count as a main dish. I'm gonna be kind of sad. So that's 6,000, 7,000 right there. And we need a dessert, right? What counts as a dessert? A sweet cookie?
I'll do what I can. It looks great if I do say so
Royal
myself.
Stable, 1,000. That's over 8,000 right there. That might be enough. Milk porridge. Might be dessert, I don't know. Let's cook with Laura.
I'll do what I can. That came out rather well.
Nord porridge, 2,600. Okay, so now save the game under here. Let's leave. And the day is still here, and I still have my 4 times. Good. Now, let's go back to the Students' Union and see if any of these are actually what we needed. Show her some superb dishes. Irene, you figured out what to give me for all 3 courses yet? Well then, can you show me what you've got in mind starting with the soup? Sure, okay. Dual potage, 2400. Oh. Noble demi-glace rice. And wobbly pudding. Okay, let me go over those again. For the soup dish, she chose dual potage. The main dish, she chose noble demi-glace rice. The dessert, you chose wobbly pudding. Have I got all that right? Go with these choices. Yeah, I've decided to go with these 3. So you'll be testing all of them. Yep. Okay, time to see what these all taste like. That was delicious. I really feel full of energy too. That was perfect. Well, now I think I know just what to make him. Yeah, okay, time to get cooking. Good luck. Just broke a glass. Ugh, that doesn't sound nice. It's done. Look and be amazed by the power of Anissa's love for her uncle. We're going to call it the Mint Special. Oh wow, that actually looks good. It's a kind of risotto, right? Come on, Reen, don't be silly. It's clearly a gratin. Clearly. It looks nothing like a gratin and everything like a risotto, but who am I to argue? Hey, I know. Why don't you try some too? Think of it as a reward. I made more than enough for us to have a little sample. Sure, if you say so. Don't die now, Reen. This is the part for the iron stomach, right? Reen and Mint ate some of the Mint Special. A uniquely bitter taste filled Reen's mouth and he recovered 100 CP. Well, that's cool. Well, that's certainly unique, I'll give you that. Well, I think it might be healthy at least. I'm sorry it doesn't taste very good though. Hey, it's not at all bad. Besides, it's a thought that counts, right? I'm sure Instructor Makarov will be happy no matter what it tastes like. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Besides, even if the main dish turned out to be kind of a disaster, the soup and dessert will make up for it. That's the spirit. By the way, I've ended up with a lot of leftover ingredients I don't know what to do with. Do you want to take some of them off my hands? Ingredients that went into that? Sure, if you insist, it never hurts to have some extra ingredients. Well, here you go then. Red beef's flesh times 10, white beef's flesh times 10, and chitinous shell times 10, and clear gelatin, blobby fat, hardy powder. Wow, you really did have a lot. Well, time for me to get started on the other courses. Thanks for all the help today, Reen. No problem, good luck with your cooking. From your heart to stomach completed. Aha! Oh, hold on, I need to go look at the site to see if that was the best. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, apparently it was, and it gives us +2 to our total in the scoring, so I'm fine with that. Save the game. Okay, well with that, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. But now, we will go into the old schoolhouse after we finish everyone's free day. Mostly the girls. I don't know who. We got Fee, Sarah, Laura, and Emma. Alright, so yeah, those 4. So till then, see you guys later.